I have a question for you. Do you know him? Do you know my Savior? Do you know my King? Do you know my Creator, the one who owns everything? You see, I was brought up in a family that believed, but it seemed every second person tried to convince me that they were deceived. To tell you the truth, I was just looking for truth, and religion wasn't really my thing. I had no desire to be part of some man-made fake institution, but if God was real, then I wanted to know him. And if the Bible was true, then I had a reason for living. I had meaning. But if I was just a result of the Big Bang and evolution, then it didn't matter how I lived or what I did. It was merely a matter of opinion. You see, I had my questions and I had my doubts until he stepped in and he revealed himself. I remember one night, like it was just the other day, I fell to my knees to pray. God, are you real? Is all of this true? And then clearly he spoke to my heart. He said, Luke, I love you. And at that moment, I felt dirty. I felt weak. I felt helpless. I felt meek. But in the same moment, I felt love, I felt grace, I felt forgiveness, I felt embrace. There was no lightning bolt from heaven and there was no audible voice, but in that moment it struck me. With all my heart, I had made my choice. And it was Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. No, I'm not misusing his name. Too many people use it in vain. No, I'm shouting his praise. For he is the one who died for me that day at Calvary when he hung on that tree to set me free. 3 days later, he rose from the grave, proving that you and I could be saved. And now he calls every man and woman to trust in him, to leave their life of sin and to let him in. We're all faced with a choice. Do we take his hand? Or do we ignore his voice?